switch everybody. Ah, Rohan. Still my favorite douchebag. Well, one of them anyway. Again, sorry, I kind of messed up and forgot about this earlier. Crap. Okay, there we go. Again, sorry about that noise, everyone. I was in the middle of doing something. I still feel bad for his name switch. Although to be fair, I think it'd be better if his name wasn't named after that douchebag. Wait, what in the world? What file am I on? Oh. Was it deleted somehow? No, it wasn't. It's in that part now. Okay, sorry about that, everyone. I was curious because I saw that and I'm just like, did it mess up? Thankfully, I was wrong. Okay, now then, before I do start, it's extra fun when you know you're not going to get hurt from it. While I'm here, might as well do something. I'm sorry, I just remember seeing that remind me of the whole Oh hey, go on. Alright, who am I fighting this time around? Let's see, Yukako and Indol. Let's see, who should I play as? Actually, you know what? Just because it's been a while. Oh yeah, fun fact here, I'm pretty sure like most of the people who watch JoJo, I originally thought that was a girl. You know, that's a weird combination. Like, I know in the last part I was talking about characters who I think should have combinations in this game, even though they don't have parts, but I think their abilities would be really cool. The only thing I could think of with those two is like a really horrible attack where Endo uses the water to like stretch one part of you, and then Yukako uses her hair to stretch the other part of you, and that's about it. I just realized I haven't played Mista in years. I'm going to lose this anyway. God, Indul's awesome. I don't know, I've always had a soft spot for Indul. And I'm going to lose this anyway, so let's see how long this takes. Oh, come on. I mean, this is kind of bullying what I'm doing. Oh. Come on. Reload, reload. Well, I shouldn't miss to be freaking out since this is... Let's see here. Okay, I'm tired of you. This is evil. Of course I get hit by that little... Ow! If I lose, I do deserve this. God, I wish I had a whole horse so I could shoot you easier. Move out of that. Ah, crap. Alright, where are you? No, run, just save me. Oh, I'm gonna die. Okay, at least I did something. There's something unbelievably charming about that. I'm gonna die anyway. I'm going to end you, blind man. Come on. No, stay out of there, mister. I'm actually kind of terrified because this close I've come to losing these people. Don't. We're so close. That white hair thing's gonna come up. Knew it. No. I think that's the first time I've lost this entire playthrough. I mean, during... I'm gonna retry that. I will beat you both. Because seriously, I refuse to lose these two. Okay, at least I got the cool intro this time, at least. Oh crap. I'm going to end your life, blind man. One. Get back here. Whose music is this? Come on. Get up. Come on, Sex Pistols. Seriously, whose theme is this? I really do need to listen to... Okay, so that means I need to move. Oh, time to kill a blind man. No, you got lucky, man. I gotta admit, that'd be the most embarrassing thing to report back to Bruno or Jorah now. Who beat you? A blind man and a schoolgirl. Actually, this is a JoJo universe. That wouldn't be as embarrassing. Really? Come on. Shoot her down! Come on, get back up. It's not over yet. Naracha, do the honors, please. Fine, I'll do it myself. Wait, what'd I do for that achievement? Mister, I was one to control you. We have no right to talk about aim. Usually I wouldn't agree with a brat like a brat response like that, but yeah, we kinda sucked, mister. Granted, not your fault, entirely mine. Okay, at least got a level up out of that. Let's see. Oh, that's right, I don't have access to Bruno right now. That's actually one of the things I find funny. They actually took, like, in story mode, they took all of basically what's called the JoBros, which are basically the JoJo's top ally. Not in terms of power, but in terms of bonds. So, they have Zeppeli. I don't think... Do they have Caesar? I think I still have Caesar. Yeah, I still have Caesar. Let's see, they have Zeppeli, they have Caesar... They have, Zeppeli, Caesar, Kakyoin. I'm trying to think of who else. Let's see, Zeppeli, Caesar, Kakyoin, Okuyasu, Bruno, Edimus, and Gyro. Sorry, it took me a long time to... Oh, this one. You know what? I'm sorry, but every JoJo should have had an attack with another JoJo in this game. That's one of the things that does frustrate me a lot because that's one of the things we didn't get in this game, unfortunately. Because you can see in this just how cool that would have been. Imagine that, like an attack between with Stan and Hamon between Jonathan and Jotaro. Imagine what the Crazy Diamond could do with with Hamon having his back. What about Jorino having an attack with, let's face it here, his other dad, here, Jonathan? But no, Dio's the only one he gets an attack with. Oh god, I have not updated you in a while. Plus, as I'm playing as Jonathan, I might as well I might do this one. Do this one with him. I mean, at least upgrade his. I'm only gonna upgrade it for the character I'm playing as. Let's see here. Also, I kind of have to admit, I like how Dio toned down over the years. I mean, seriously, think about it. Think about how much different Part 3 Dio is to Part 1 Dio, and how we see him in Part 6, how we see like a transition, stuff between him and Poochie. So this is what hell's like for Jonathan. And the only people to ever beat them. Okay, Jotaro, let's go for our respective Dios. Oh god, I hate fighting on this. This is actually one of my favorite and least favorite to fight on. I love how I'm just beating up this one. You know, I just thought about it. Considering the fact that the time-space continuum being thoroughly punched in the face, wouldn't... let me see. Actually, you know something I just thought about? When we meet Dio over Heaven, you see that he's got Jonathan's ability. He's still got Jonathan's body, and Funny Valentine pretty much showed us that if that's the case, then shouldn't he... Come on. Jotaro. Come on, Jonathan, we can get up and do this. Isn't that just yours? Also, I do want to notice how when Dio changes, his eyes are less demonic. Knew it. Wow, I wonder what Jonathan thinks about that, because he can't see stands. So I wonder what every stand user sees whenever they do that. All right. I'm not even mad. That was hilarious. I mean, to be fair, over the last 100 years, he really didn't do much. Because remember, starting from the 100-year point of when Lisa was a baby, he was stung underwater, and besides the tons of fish he killed, nothing really. And then he only did stuff the last couple of years before you killed him. It also makes me wonder, has anyone actually explained to him how, Dio's body to Jonathan? I know it's a messed up thing to wonder, but I can't help but think about that. Okay, at least some characters level up from it. That's actually another cool thing I do like about this. You do get extra costumes. I love the costumes in this game, because some of them can be like references to the old OVA, some of them can be references to other things, and I mean, other things from JoJo and everything like that. And it's a whole lot of fun to get all of these. I'm sorry for ranting and rambling on, but I just love going through this game. And I love all the stuff you find while you're doing it. Alright, let's go to the next one. I'm not gonna lie, seeing him here really does make me wish we got... I know that there was supposed to be a part 6 Jotaro in the game, and I really, really wish that there was, but I think he's that's a costume you can have on this Jotaro, either this Jotaro or part 4 Jotaro, which, funny enough, he himself was DLC. That actually kind of surprises me. Oop. Alright, let's see here. Ability tree. I'm playing the Jotaro, so... yeah, because I keep forgetting about that. Which, to be fair, I don't need to because it makes things so much easier. Oh, there also is, I think, a second version of Pucci that you can unlock, which does have the abilities. I mean, have like those really, really cool abilities. Alright. I never thought you would think about conceiving. It's a good thing he's saying that to him and not Jonathan. Because could you imagine what happens if he says it to Jonathan? Oh my god, I gotta win this now. I love the conversation that actually comes about because of that line. Handle yours, I'll handle him. Fine, that's how you want to play it? Come on, Jolene. Good girl. I know. You know, you got a point there. Why didn't... Though, then again, that's one of those abilities that Star Platinum just seems to lose. It's like past part 3, he loses a ton of abilities he should still be able to use. Okay, this is just bullying at this point. No. And when that Poochie's done... he just sounds so... I never thought I'd say this, but I feel kind of sad for Dio. How about no? What's with the camera? Oh. I forgot about that. You know, for a second I couldn't recognize the stage. That's because I'm always used to it looking like this. Ow. I deserve that. Come on, Jolene. I'm confused. What's going on? I still gotta admit, I wish part 4 Jotaro had a move with her just to see what that would look like. Even if it is just the same thing, just with a different model, it would still be cool. Okay, I thought I somehow knocked him into the knocked him into the ground again. It's a gap as wide as the one between Gappy's teeth. You know, that was mean to me to say. Okay, so far, Jonathan... Okay, it makes sense that JoJo's are my highest level characters, actually. I wasn't expecting Gappy to be that high. Okay, so... Let's see here. Who's next on the chopping board? I didn't know the policeman had a quote in this game. I actually did. That was hilarious. That was have to be some famous last words. So let's see. Old Joseph and John Pierre. Against... That is a truly... Pardon the pun, that's a truly bizarre pairing. Iggy and Pet Shop. Actually, my king, that's just downright insane. Why would... never mind. Let's see here. So, Old Joseph and Polnareff. Okay. Okay, good. They're right on top of each other. Considering the series I am on, I probably shouldn't have said that. Although I still gotta admit, I kind of would have loved if they found like cool ways to. I still wish they had like dual attacks for certain characters, because these two should have one. These two should have one as the only surviving non-main JoJo of Stardust Crusaders. They should have one. Though also, poor Polnareff, how he ends up in the series. Seriously, it's one of those things that show me that no one in Part 3 got off easy. Because remember, at the end of by Part 6, they're all dead. Granted, that at least means I got to live. I mean, Jotaro at least got to live at least a good 20 years. How long is Diamond Unbreakable from? Oh god, I'm gonna be frustrated with this. Oh god. I don't feel as bad for doing it for you because you work for Dio. Okay, come on, birdie. Get up, little birdie. Come on. Thank you, Polnareff. I always love the smug look on Pet Shop's face. There's just something about it that's... Oh god. Okay, need to remember that for later. Come on. I'm sorry, but seeing him get mad, I mean, I could just like imagine Iggy instead of being upset. Let's see here. How do I recharge my Hamon in this state? Ow. So. Okay, so that's how long it took you to. That was just, I don't even have the proper words to say for that. That was just horrible. On both my playing skill and just how messed that was. Not really. Also, I still gotta admit, I still love Polnareff to this day in Part 3. I love him in Part 4 too. Although I do find, although I still do have to admit, I feel like he got dealt a bad hand. Though I still do love how he is the first one in the series to ever go what is the equivalent of Super Saiyan for this series. Because I've always loved Requiem forms. I always want to see what more of them would look like. I know it's not possible, but actually, now I think about it, it could be possible for JoJolian or whatever comes after that. Because I would love to see what comes next, not only after JoJolian, but also in general. Also, give me 1 second, everyone. Just realized something. Okay, that should work. Let's see here. Empowering ties. Okay, now this is a... They have a tag team move together, and I love it. Both of them, both sets of them do, and that to me is really great. I'm happy that these teams have some kind of move they can do together, because let's face it. Hello. How are you today? I'm sorry if it seems like I'm ignoring anyone. My thing is where it used to be. It used to be right next to me. Let's see. I'm not playing as Josuke, so I'll need to do him yet. But I guess it wouldn't hurt. Although I always feel kind of bad when I think about Suzy Q for this kind of stuff, because I remember one time back when I was in school, me and my buddy, when I was at my old job, me and a friend of mine were talking about. She doesn't like JoJo, but she actually does tolerate me talking about it. And I was talking about how Joseph was one of my least favorite Joseph because he cheated, but at the same time I then went good, and I said I got Josuke out of the deal, so in my opinion, it's 100% worth it. No, Star Platinum isn't. Okay, outside of part 3 is lost its god tier mode, but it's still pretty strong. I mean, I would too. Especially seeing as though I wonder if he actually knows what he looks like in the future. Oh god, I'm playing as this man again. Get back here, great-granddaughter! You know what? I do have to wonder. What did people think when Diamond is Unbreakable came out the first time? Because I know people like Josuke, but now I just gotta also wonder what they thought after it came out. Because remember, at that point, you're used to the story skipping at least 50 years or so within everything in JoJo. It's one of those things that always does make me wonder, just because the fact of the matter being that it is such a huge change. Although I do have to admit, this is nothing but just family fighting. To the point where it wouldn't surprise me if they actually... To the fact it wouldn't surprise me if they do this regularly between the family. It's kind of like, I can't remember the name of it, but there's someone who makes a series where all JoJo characters are alive and they just continue to fight each other as much as they want. Okay. And now we fight angry powered up Jotaro. Again, I'm still not used to seeing the first part of this stage anymore. That's only because after you've seen the other version of it so much, I just forget the regular version of this stage exists. Save me, son. Ow. You know, I wonder if this is just because he's mad about when I tricked him. I'm not... Though, to be fair, let's face it here. Come on, Josuke. because if you remember during God, if you remember during JoJo's Bizarre Adventure part, at the end of part 3, after Dio's been defeated, he restarts old Joseph's heart, and old Joseph, being the douchebag he is, decides to scare his grandson and nearly gets put back into the grave. I kind of would wonder what that would look like, because I could only imagine him floating up to heaven with it. I mean, being like, "I deserve it," and then Jonathan and Caesar both dope slapping him over the head as soon as he gets there. Although Caesar can't really talk, the way he died was kind of messed up too. Like, I can understand family honor and everything, but God, when the guy who has every right to go, I mean, when the guy who has every right to fight, I mean, who's going to literally lose his life, is more patient than you need to reevaluate your life. Hey, Koichi. Wait, what am I doing? I'm still going to be right here. Okay, let's see what's the next mission. Also, what am I doing? I can actually sit back in this chair. There we go. Let's see here. A father's dignity. Am I playing as old Joseph again? Because I didn't mean to be showing this much support to old Joseph. Although he's still one of my favorite Josephs. Although, you know what I just thought about something. Who's older? His daughter or the woman, or Josuke's mom? I mean, no, his grandson or Josuke's mom, because she's obviously much younger. Also, I do find it kind of jacked up, because if you remember at the end of part 2, he's being kind of racist, saying he'll never forget the Japanese and everything like that. Or something to that effect. Which I find funny, because his grandson is half Japanese. And also Josuke. So, you are a hypocrite. Because you think he'd be above racism, considering the fact of how good friends he was with Smokey. And that was at a time when that kind of hatred was normal, too. Actually, no, this is kind of freaky for both of them. Actually, now I think about it, wasn't he older than all of them during his part? Because you have to remember, Joseph was at the very least 20. Meaning that George Joestar probably died in his 30s. I'm gonna whip you into shape, son. That won't stop me, boy. Ah, crap. JoJo, do I always have to clean up your messes? Oh, crap. Come on. Okay, good. Why did you do that? Although I do like the fact that I do love that scene in the anime when Rohan keeps insulting his hair, and I do like how it just sends him into a literal blinding rage. Oh. Alright, now then take up my granddaughter. I mean, great-granddaughter. Alright, come on, Jolene, where are you? God, this is the only thing I hate about this stage. I'm not gonna be able to get this off anyway, but let's see how long I can. Don't you die, Jotaro. You know, I'd tell. Don't either of you tell your mother, although we don't know. Actually, is Jolene's mom ever named? We see her at least once, I know that, but I don't think we ever know anything else about her. Or how her and Jotaro met up. Actually, yeah, we don't know how they... Because again, I'm not going to say we don't know who her mother is because we see her, we just don't know how they met up and how she actually managed to get Jotaro to basically go, I'm going to marry you and have a kid with you. Because let's face it, out of every single Joestar to ever exist, Jotaro is the only one who I have a rough time believing actually got together with someone. Jonathan, easy to understand. Joseph, let's face it, he's got charm, cunningness. Jotaro, okay, people can mature, but from part, but if we're let's consider about how he still is kind of the same after part 3, just a little bit nicer. Actually, you know, that's kind of mean. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Okay, so guess I'm leveling up Johnny this time. Oh well, it'll be worth it to try this out. But first... Oh yeah, it's easy for me just to do this. Also, that's another disappointing thing. The amount of characters that Steel Ball Run has, because let's face it, we have only Johnny, 2 Dios, Funny Valentine, and Gyro. Why not Funny Valentine? Any member of his cabinet. There's so many different characters you can choose from. Hot Pants. I don't think Ringo Road again could work in this game. The same thing with Abakio with Moody Blues. Although I would love to see him do. I'd actually like to see how that would go. Or, I can't remember the name of the guy. Risotto. I would love to see how he and Metallica would work in this game. White Album. Why wasn't White Album chosen? That would have been so cool. Wow. I find it funny how all 4 people in this... Oh wait, no, I didn't realize who I was paired with. I'm gonna try and stay on this horse as long as I can. And I messed up. Slow Dancer, please return to me. Come on, get up. I love the nail bullets thing. Okay, that's cool. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I did not really know much about the environmental effects in this game. I feel like I'm not doing anything in this fight. God, I'm having a poor performance with Johnny. You tell him, Mother Dio. Come on. Come on. Give me the horse. Thanks, Slow Dancer. Let's get him. Why can't I get up there? Hey, let's play a game, Dio. You be you and I'll be I'll be you and you be pulling the ref. And not pulling the ref, but Kakyoing. I feel pointless in this fight. I don't care how useless I felt. That was awesome. Oh my god, I love Act 4's design. It looks so awesome. That's actually one of the things I like about stands in the Steel Ball Run universe. They don't look like the stands we're used to in the main JoJo universe, and have more alien looking designs to them. Which to me, that's always been one of that's one of the cool things about the Steel Ball Run universe, just the way it twists and turns the original universe. Because you have to remember, one of them is literally a representation of Will and Caesar. Souls never die. Also, I still got admit, it's funny in the story how Dio never thought to have, take control of him. Take control of Giorno. Because you have to remember, Giorno is legitimately the mixture of Dio and Jonathan. Like someone just legitimately put their DNA in a blender. Although I still want that, imagine that one thing again, because that would be funny. If when Dio was at the bottom of the ocean, out of curiosity goes, okay, let's see what I'm working with now. Pulls his pants, and after he gets the angriest he ever has been because he realizes that Jonathan's is bigger than him. Bigger than his was. But don't forget, anything below the neck is Jonathan. Which I still find funny. I also have to admit, I kind of wish you got one with Part 1 deal. Don't know why that sounds so weird saying deal, but I wish you did get one with Part 1 deal, just so I could see what that looks like. Alright. I wonder if he said the same about you with the daughter. I kind of would like to lose this one just so I could hear their conversation, but no, I'm not going to. Okay, good, I didn't get knocked into the pit. Ow. Stay away from my daughter. Oh, come on. I was so close. Get up, boy. Also, just hit me in regular universe stuff. Does Giorno ever know he has anything to do with Dio? Because I think it might be implied in the yeah, I think it's heavily implied in Purple Haze feedback or whatever the name of the actual. I will end you, Brando. Does this feel familiar to you, Dio? How about this? Crap. God, I'm doing terrible today. This is what I get for not practicing. Proof that you can pimp slap someone with one finger. Aw, only got an A rank. Actually, another cool thing about that series where someone has all the Joestars together is the fact of the matter being that they actually do blame like his obsession with dolphins on why Jotaro loses his mind. And so the closest thing Jolene could ever do to getting close to her father is with this Jotaro in particular. And it's only this Jotaro. It's both kind of funny and also kind of sad. Okay, let's see, next mission. Huh. I also realize this is just one-sided squash matches at this point just because of how much stronger I am than the actual enemy they're sending against me. But at the same time, I'm also using this just to strength up characters. Okay, so I'm doing Jolene this time. So she should be near the bottom. Wow. I forgot I haven't played as Jolene often. Okay, so Jolene and Hermes versus actually, I do think that if you can activate his over heaven ability, which has him on that window-like thing floating up to the sky, you actually will use his ability, and it's actually really cool to see him do it, especially if you can combine that with Dio's ability. I'm sorry, but every single time I think of these two, I'm reminded deeply of me and my buddy Chase. Well, I need to find some time to get back together with so we can do BWG stuff. Cause I know it's best up I said his name, but his YouTube name was Chastifer. We haven't had the chance to really, just like everybody else in BWG, we haven't really had the time to meet up. Oh god. I'm going to kill you. Come on, get up. Alright, with that, there goes one. Now for the other. Just realized I never take out Dio first in these challenges. Oh. Edimus, save me! Come on, let's get up. Oh no. Ow. You know what just hit me? I know there's something to explain it, but why doesn't Dio use his laser eyes anymore? Because I know there might be an in-universe reason, but I really do wish he kind of did, even though he would have hit me with them. I'm just saying, it's a cool ability we never really get to see him use anymore. Alright. Okay, let's see, who's next? Or, you know, they probably can do it just because of the way he is, but I actually would have liked to see, God, what's the name? There's a character in part 4 I would have loved to see in this game just because of his duplicate abilities. He can pretend, I mean, he uses abilities using like an artist, I mean, you know, the one that people use to practice drawing and practice poses and everything. They could have used him to do that. I mean, to be like a mimic character. Which I think would have worked really well. Also, just hit me. If I fight in duel and hit his stuff, does that hurt him as well? Also, I'm still kind of amazed they didn't give any of Dio's people's attacks together. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I forgot JoJo's tree is really long. Alright, let's start this fight out. I also do find it funny because I think isn't Mariah like one of the most popular women in all of JoJo? Alright. I mean, that's an actual question that needs to be asked, to be fair. Uh-huh. Or also get his buddy Abdul and he'll crush you again. I'm sorry, that'll never not be funny to me. Just be glad I don't have a dog to throw at you this time. I just got hit with a blind man's cane. I will end you. I'll take this. Oh god. Remember how this thing absolutely nearly murdered an entire team? Actually, now I think about it, did it murder everyone who the Speedwagon Foundation sent? Oh, come on. Well, I remember, or was that just an anime exclusive that everyone was legitimately murdered by this thing? Oh, no. God, I forgot where am I? Okay, who's next? I like how characters go to like this deadpan look half the time, like they don't care. Hello. Oh god. Can I use a time stop? Not yet. Come on. Oh, cool. I kinda wish I could. I took French because all I did was take French back when I was in high school, but I never learned it. I never learned not much of it, actually. I kind of wish I got her near that one spot so she could get the Kakyoin special. All right. Okay, good. I got Nest rank just alone this time. Let's see here. Oops. Thought I turned it off. Alright. Okay, let's see what mission's next. Okay, again, I know I keep saying this, but I kind of really would like to see what a double attack with Trish and Jorno would have looked like, because we don't get that in this game. Why do I keep doing that? Where are you? Wow, I have not even touched Trish. Okay. Just realized I forgot to do the same with Jorno. Also, I find it funny because at the beginning of the stream I played as these two, and God, was that a horrible performance. Like, I know I'm not that good at this game, but Jesus, I was terrible with them. Well, this should be interesting. I'm about to say you don't get a girl, but then I keep forgetting that Naranch is a boy. Even though I'm more than enough to know it. Oh crap, no. Dang it, number 3. Oh yeah, that's right. After Jordan becomes a mafia boss, I love the fact of the matter being that that Mista becomes number 3 because he can't become 2 because that's divisible by 4. God help us when this man turns 34 because, 44 because he's gonna lose his mind. Alright. I got both of them in it. What you gonna do? I like how I'm just standing there and letting Trish get beat up. Nice one, Trish. Had me worried for a second. I messed up entirely. Okay, Trish, I need you to handle Narancia. I want to see if I can do this, actually. Aww. Aww. Oh yeah, that's another thing I actually like is the difference between Jorino and Josuke, because Josuke is one of my favorites just because his healing ability is legitimately broken to the point where it can cure someone easily. I mean, well, not cure someone entirely. The pieces still have to be there so it can restore them. Jorino can just recreate stuff, I mean, to put on you, but I think it is incredibly painful if Jorino does it, which I do think is a better trade-off, in my opinion. Alright, next mission. Actually, I'm going to see if I can try and find out where I have to... Ooh, I can't wait to get to that one. You know, before I do any of that, I'm going to go to the shop real quick. I will do that someday. Also, I love Norisuke. He's awesome. Alright. Oh, I have a lot more of these than I originally thought, but to be fair, this is crippling at this point. Let's see, boost Allies movement speed. That's right, fair. You can buy multiple of these at once. I'm gonna buy 20 of these, and oop, 20 of these. You know what? That's all I really need. For right now, anyway. And I still got a lot of money. Okay, now then. Because why not? These I'm strong. I'm stronger than most of these battles are right now. Actually, not thinking. Let's see what the strongest one is on this one. 18. What's the strongest on this? So not for a while. I actually think I've beaten that one before. On my main file anyway. That's because that was the file I usually practice these games on. Okay, let's see here. Next up. Who am I playing as again? I forget that guy's name because I know who he is. That's one of Dio's babies. Oh god, I feel bad saying that. There's always something so creepy about that guy. Like, he is legitimately one of the creepiest characters I can think of in the JoJo series. I don't know why, but he just really creeps me out. Also, I would have loved to see, like, if not with Jolene, I'd like to see Anasui have one with Weather. Because I think Weather only has one in it is with Jolene, and Anasui doesn't have a single one with anybody. Also, I kind of would have liked it if we had a female option for Anasui due to the fact of Anasui was originally supposed to be a female character, I believe. I also do like how he looks like a hero version of Diavolo. Okay, this might have been overkill too much. Ow. I should not have put the weaken on him. No, he's too thirsty to hear you right now. Ironically, the only person I need to really level up is Jotaro, and that's just because he's the one who fights the final boss. Oh, thank you. Again, sorry, I apologize if I don't get back. I mean, if I don't see your message. Again, screen is right here. My thing to show what everything is right down there. Alright, next up, John Pierre and Joseph Joestar. Okay. I decided to be an idiot again. If memory serves correct, isn't that... God, what's her name? I can't remember the name of her, but isn't her stand Cinderella or something like... God, I don't remember. She's the one... I know she's the one who gives you Yukiko... I'm sorry I keep mispronouncing the name. Yukiko. She's the one who gives Yukiko her second face for the whole Koichi thing. The whole thing with Koichi. And she's also the one who gives Kira the new face too. Wait, didn't Kira kill her? I'm not sure, because technically within Diamond's Unbreakable, they don't have... Diamond Unbreakable, in my opinion, has like the least amount of cast member deaths. Because remember, even the ones who come back like Koichi don't die. Stardust Crusade, everything from part 1 to 3 is kind of depressing in that regard, considering the fact that by the point of part 6, almost everyone is dead except for Joseph. And that's just because we don't even know if he's alive or dead. Ah, Guile. Okay, so I find it funny how JoJo's the only series I think of where you can actually, where anyone can cheer for this dude. Maybe someone like, Rudolph von Stroheim. Oh, crap. No, get out of there. Alright, let's see who gets this first. Also, man, I do like Whole Horse. I also do like, apparently, Whole Horse is gonna be the most broken we'll ever see someone with a gun stand be. It's kind of like, Abdol. And that's only because of the fact that the matter being they are going to be the most broken we're ever going to see someone with that element or power be, because of how their stand powers would work if they weren't. I mean, if you didn't hold them back. Oh, come on. Alright. I wonder if I can cast off. I was going to test that out, actually. And that's also just because of the fact of the matter being that whenever I see him, I'm a big Kamen Rider fan. In fact, I plan to at some point live stream Batch Ride War before I do a playthrough of it. And and I always think of every single time I think of sorry, my words are messed up here. Every single time I think of the armor casting off in this, all I can think of is cast off in Kamen Rider Kabuto, where the riders get faster. At least Kabuto's, Drake's, the sword, the bee, pretty much anyone who's not punch hopper or kick hopper. God, I gotta get back to that game. Although I'm not looking forward to the Kabuto secret challenge where you have to fight Kabuto, Gatact, and their movie writer. Because that one is just horrible. And in case you know what I mean, there's three of them. They can travel really fast and really speedy. I had to cheat with Kamen Rider Deno's rod for me to do that, and just keep chucking the fishing rod at them and rider kicking them. It was the only way I could win. My partner died seconds within that fight every single time. But God, I can't wait to do that. I might actually do that game later today. All right. Okay. You know what just hit me? Who is No, seriously, it just hit me. Who is in the other JoJo universe? Um who would Koichi's counterpart be? Because I refuse to believe it's Joshu. I absolutely refuse to believe that Joshu and Koichi are the same person. Or would it be Again, I have no clue. I'm trying to think of who Koichi's counterpart would be in that series. I mean, huh. I have no clue, actually. I also do have to admit, I don't like this guy that much, but I love his stand just because the fact of the matter being it looks like, again, I'm a Kamen Rider fan, so it looks like a macabre version. Thank you, I feel like an idiot. I forgot about her. Oh, what's this back here? Is that a corpse part? I mean, a Rokaka plant. Come on. Okay, now I can beat you down. You know what? The other thing there's only one thing I don't like about Gappy, and that's that he doesn't say like Dora like Josuke. That's my only real problem with Gappy. Because I really wish he did, because again, I like Josuke. Not as much as Araki does, but I still like Josuke. Okay, at least I know what that is. I still stand by the fact that they might be the one most stable. Actually, now I think about it, he's one of the most stable people in all of JoJo. And I'm talking about both of them despite their upbringings. Although now I also kind of wonder, I know this wasn't done at all in manga or show or anything like that, but I wonder if there's ever been a time where Josuke has traveled to, I mean, wherever in Japan Holly is, just so we can see basically his big sister. I wonder how that meeting would go just to see those two meet up together and everything. Just because I think it would be like a cute little moment for Josuke to see his big sister, who's incredibly nice. I can do this the easy way, or I can do this the really easy way. No, because I love this one just because the fact that it's the easiest one to beat if you know how to. Because all you have to do is just beat Enya. Just run straight to her and beat her down. That's all you have to do. I remember because I did that like 3 times, I believe, before. Um, no, I did that last part actually. Or was it the part before? Yeah, it was the last part because that was the first part I've done in years. I'm still mad at myself about that too. I've had the equipment to do this game for so long, and I completely always let it slip through my hands, and I can always kept forgetting about it. But now I have, now that I have and I remember, and I can do it stream multiple ways, I can finally do this game, or at least finish this game. Oh God, I hope we get another JoJo fighting game like this one. Because again, remember, this battle only goes as long as you want it to. And I'm gonna let it go until I get hit by something that I actually consider to be threatening. Okay, never mind. I might need to finish this. Oh, you are lucky, Enya. I won't let me lock on you. I know, I would love an Eyes of Heaven too. Either that or like another JoJo fighting game like the one on PS3, which I still need to get. And the bad thing is I know there's still time for me to. I just haven't yet. Though I kind of hope, though I gotta admit, I kind of hope that they add Bao into the next Eyes of Heaven if we ever get another one. Or give us like a bigger story and everything else like that. But I honestly believe that if they do that, I think they should wait until after this current part of JoJo, Part 8, ends. Just because I would actually love to see how cool it would be if they used that to introduce the new JoJo or something like that in some way, shape, or form. Let's see, who else would I like to see in the game? Anyone that Jonathan fought with. Like, I can't remember the name of it, the guy who gave him the Luck and Pluck sword. I would love to see Straight So both as his Part 1 self and his vampire self be a character. I would love to see Santana be a character. I would love to see... I'm trying to think about who else. God, I can't remember. The first fight Josuke had with someone that wasn't Jotaro. I would love to see him be added to the game. I would love to see a member, at least one member of La Squadra be added. Oh God, that'd be so cool. Again, that's one of the things I love because there's so many different options that they can do for that. And add more combination attacks too, because the ones we got in this game, in my opinion, are really fun. But I would love to see more of them, or have other characters be in those combination attacks. Because I would love to see one where like all the Jotaros are together beating down a character. Like, I know it's kind of weird to say, but like the Naruto games, and how sometimes they'll have, if you're part of a team or a collective or something like that, and you do that tag team thing, then every member of your team is going to be there. I just did this one, didn't I? Or, try to think about who else I'd like to see. Oh, the other trainers in, also more settings, because I'd love to see one in Dio's castle. I'd love to see one in that prison from Part 2. I would love to see one in the place where Cars becomes a god. I'd love to see one in the volcano from that one. There's so many different places from Part 3 that they could do. There's so many different houses in Moriocho that they could do. Part 5 has an entire slew of places they could use. And I would like it if... I know this would take a lot to do, but I would also love it if they did maybe create Requiem. Create Requiem stands for other... Did I mess up again? if they could create Requiem stands for other characters as well, because I would love to see a Requiem stand for, um, a Requiem stand for Jotaro. Just see what Star Platinum Requiem would look like. I'd love to see one for Koichi to see what an Echoes Act 5 or pretty much a Requiem version of it would be. The same thing with Crazy Diamond. Or another one would be, oh wait, no, that is this, okay, that is a different one. Or maybe the World Over Heaven would be a good, the World Requiem. Over Heaven's in this game. Yeah, the World Requiem would be kind of interesting just to see what he could do with it. Because if memory serves correct, isn't the thing with the Requiem arrows is that it helps you complete the task at hand? I can't remember exactly. But if you... Oh wait, I don't need to do that. I do need to, however, do this. Oop. Actually, now I think about who else. Pretty much any Funny Valentine's men would be good. Also, some more JoJolian characters because, don't get me wrong, I love having Kamen Rider Boy and Gappy, but we need more. I'm not sure how far JoJolian was along the way by the time that when this came out. I like how we both just went after her. Again, they're friends for a reason. They think alike. Alright. Oh, I also do have to admit this. I also love how... Or I kind of would... I also do... This isn't the costume thing, but for Eyes of Heaven, I would love it if, like, all the other versions of Funny Valentines were in the game. Not as separate characters, but, like, alternate versions of him you could play as. Like, you play as all the different Funny Valentines we see, and the lines would change depending on that Funny Valentine. Okay, is this the last one? Okay, now we got that out of the way. Who else besides them would be good? I know this would be impossible to have in there, but just because the fact of the matter being that, let's face it, they look enough like him already, but a guest character in a JoJo game for me would be Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star. Because if you take that hat off of JoJo, off of Jotaro, he looks exactly like Kenshiro. Oh, we all know why MILF Hunter. Oh god, this poor house. You know, considering that Arena went back to England, I wonder, did she actually rebuild? I wonder if this house was ever rebuilt. Because obviously they stayed in England, considering the fact of how, what's his name still has an axe. Considering the fact of how Jotaro, not Jotaro, but, sorry, I got my JoJo's mixed up. How Joseph Joestar as a kid still has an accent. Let's see here. What does the trust level actually do in this game? You know what, they should re-release if they can. I know that since it's a licensed game, it probably won't happen. Re-release the PS1 JoJo game. I know it won't happen, unfortunately, but I would love that to happen. And that's just mostly because we never got that game. Okay, finish off the zombies. Now time for the vampires. With, you know what? I gotta admit, this is the one that I don't get. Jotaro being in. Oop. I mean it too. I seriously don't get him being in this one. Because this one doesn't make sense to me. We're fighting vampires. Why is Jotaro here? Jonathan makes sense. Caesar would make sense. Oop. Yeah, Jonathan would make sense for this. Caesar would make sense for this. Lisa would make sense for this especially. Yeah, because let's see here. Let's see how long it takes for this not to make any sense for them to fight. Besides Speedwagon. Yep. And then no for pretty much everyone here. What's this? I'm Jotaro. Okay. Okay, now then, let's see how this is gonna go. Wait, what was that? And with that, victory. I should have done these earlier. Which is funny because after I get done with the story mode, I'm gonna do these things again with the other ones. Because I'm saving those for the end. Just because of the sheer fact of the matter being that I'll have everything I need by that point. And that plus I'll have all the characters with me so I can level all of them up. Although I do admit one of the good things you do from completing all that, I believe, is that you get Fugo. Because I don't think Fugo's in story mode. Don't worry, it's okay. Though, I don't know if you heard me say it, but I still do believe that this is ridiculous just because of the fact of the matter being that Jotaro is helping out with the whole zombie thing. Because past part 2, not that many characters are really useful against fighting zombies. Unless stands could actually fight against them. And I don't think that's possible. Although now think about it, when stands were first introduced, they were basically the equivalent of Hamon. Aren't they? It's been so long that I don't actually remember. Yeah, that makes sense. Oop. Did I mess up? No, I didn't. Okay, I technically did. Alright, there we go. You know, I wonder if I use that, if I actually use the breathing thing on a zombie stage against Enya, what would have happened? Would the zombies have just fallen? I'm gonna have to try that out later. Oh well. So I'm still trying to think of other characters I'd like to see. You know, just for funniness, in the next, if we ever get on the Eyes of Heaven, add Pesci in there just for the fun of it. Okay, I got nothing against him being in this one because at least he can do something against the dinosaur people. And imagine that while this is all happening, that Diego is just somewhere in the background laughing, watching all of this. Because let's face it, Diego would do something like that. He would probably willingly do that. And not as bad as Dio. No, seriously, that's like one of my favorite things about Diego, because out of all the characters in the Steel Ball Run universe, from who represent a Part 1 character in general, Diego is my favorite just because of how he's similar enough to Dio, but his differences are why I love him so. Oh man, that would be amazing if Toru was in the next game. Or oh, another thing I want in there is more mini game like things, like a roulette game, or let's see what else. I'm trying to think of another game that would be good besides a roulette game. Oh, I know. There technically is if you're online, but that's about it. Let's see here. Come on. Although, again, I do agree with you, a two-player mode would be fantastic for this game. Mostly just because of the fact of the matter being, I would love to be able to play with my friends and everything. Wait, it is? Exactly, that's another thing I want. Because more unique dual heart attacks would be fantastic. Because I think I was talking about earlier how, I remember how in Naruto you could have people do stuff together. I mean, together they're part of a certain team or unit, and you have those two characters as part of one. I would love to see one where like all the Joestars have an attack together, where or all the Dios and Diego have an attack together. Or if Funny Valentine's crew gets put in the game, then you could have all of them do something together. Or just or just do some wacky, bizarre combinations, in my opinion. Because I do believe that would be a really cool thing that they could do. Or no, for Part 8, have an attack between Jobin, I apologize if I said his name wrong, Kira, and Gabby. Or let's see here. Or just because of the children of, or just because of the fact of their alignment, stuff like that. Have one between Jorno, Jolene, and Josuke. Or like ones that would make, like, have one where they would doing with their final with the main hero, the main JoJo, and the final villain. Like, I would love to see what an attack with Jotaro and Dio would look like. I'd love to see one with Dio and Jonathan would look like. I can't think of a really good one we could have with a Pillar Man and Joseph. Or all the Zeppelins together. So I would love to see an attack with Will, Caesar, and Gyro. Let's see here. Let me see here. I'm trying to think of other ones that'd be really good. Or maybe an attack with... Well, for one, give Icky more attacks with people, because I think he only has one with Polnareff. Give old Joseph an attack with other Crusaders. Hey! Welcome back, my friend. Alright. Let's see here. Oh crap. No. I also do have to admit, I do kind of like the uniqueness they did with Diego by just not giving him another yeah, that actually would be kind of cool. Let me see here. Actually, you know what's another thing I think that would be good for Eyes of Heaven 2? In this game we do have the card mini game, but I actually would like to see if we could have more of those. Or make that an online mechanic. Because I think that would also be really cool. Or maybe we actually do get to play some kind of game against the other Darby. Although I still stand by the fact of the matter being that one of the characters in the next game should be, and for guest characters' sake, I think it should be Bao. Because he's the inspiration for Cars. Actually, you know what would be cooler if we had like more story interactions between characters, because I would love to see how all the Zeppelins interact with each other in an actual conversation. I would love to see if Jonathan actually took the time to question everyone in his family about what's happened throughout these years. There's just so many things, because this game's fun and fantastic as it is, but there's so much more they could have done, and it's just fun to speculate over things that could have been done and added in this game. Alright, one more left. Ooh, I love this. I don't know why. I love the fighting in this game, but there's one thing I really love. It's the cheating minigame. D-A-R-B-Y. With no dashes. You know what? I'd love a playable Chariot Requiem, but my only question is, would they actually have Polnareff's? Never mind. Let's see here. I'm probably gonna lose this one, but let's see. Let's see here. I think I got a good hand on me. I apologize. I'm out of practice with this game. Oop. I pushed the wrong thing. Oh, one of the best things you can do for yourself in this entire game is you can mess with Darby. I love seeing Darby like lose it entirely because you get to see just how much more insane he gets as he loses. Ah. Also, I love the look of that. Although, again, I said this earlier, but I would still love Requiem stands for multiple characters. Ah, I'm gonna mess with him. Hmm. What is with that face? There's something incredibly insane about Darby in this match. I love him. Let's see here. There it is. Okay, I've been thought the Requiem would be cool. Okay, so let's see here. Because I actually thought it'd be kind of cool if like all the JoJo's could get a Requiem of their stand. I know it's impossible for Jonathan. I know it's impossible for Jonathan in Part Two Joseph. No, technically, you just give him Hermit Purple already. Yeah, true. Because I do know that I do think Dio technically has two stands because he has the world on him and he technically has his own version of Hermit Purple because that's technically Jonathan's stand because he's using because again Jonathan is everything from the waist down. I mean from the neck down. Okay, I would love to see that just Hermit Purple the World sounds really cool. I would love to see that just because the fact of the matter being the insane tricks he could possibly do. I'm sorry, I love seeing this man's psyche crack. Confident, cocky, and everything. Oh no. What would happen if Cream got Requiem? How much more broken and insane would that stand possibly be? Is he too scared to even cheat now? Oh no, that would be horrible. Like, I don't even want to think about what a King Crimson Requiem would look like just because of how terrifying of an idea that is on its own. Although now that I think about it, King Crimson Requiem, because I seen like mock designs of it. Because I gotta admit, one of my favorite things to do is look up designs for these stands and how the Requiems would look. And I remember someone said what there was a video talking about what if he got Requiem, and the design they had that was incredibly beautiful. No, what if Kira got Requiem? How insane would that be? Hmm. Killer Queen. Actually, no, all of them. Just to add on to the insanity of it, all of them. He gets one for Killer Queen, gets one for Sheer Heart Attack, and he gets another one for Bites the Dust. And I would love to see just the insanity that would arise from that. Come on, give me what you got. True. Wouldn't if he had that Requiem bomb? Wouldn't that make it so that he could it'd be kind of amazing because wouldn't he be able to control it to any point in time if he could do something like that? Okay, my mind just kind of skipped for a second thinking about the insanity that that stand could possibly have if it got Requiem. That would be horrifying. Although now that I think about it, I really do want to see how broken the D4C Requiem would be. Come on, Darby, risk it all! I'm sorry, I love how I got like the conversations I have with you guys, but I also love how I'm breaking this guy. I'm sorry, that face never gets old. Come on, Darby! No, what if D4C, what if whenever two things touch, he had the power to reshape them in his own, to his own will and design? Complete and utter control over everything. I'll stick with this one. Hmm. Actually, you know what the funny thing is? I never thought about. Okay, I would love to see what Tusk Act 4 would. I mean, Rec Room would do. Huh. You know, hey, I'll be right back. I'm going to take a little bit of a break to get some water and everything. But I'm going to start a new recording and a new live a new stream in a second, and I'll be right back in about maybe 2 3 minutes. Because and I'm only doing that because I've actually done. I was only going to do the side stuff in this part, so I want to start this one fresh with the